A New York pastor is facing federal charges this morning for allegedly cheating a parishioner out of tens of thousands of dollars in retirement savings.
Pastor Lamor Whitehead's extravagant wardrobe and jewelry attracted armed gunmen to rob him on camera during a live stream service. Now he's the one accused of stealing. Dre Clark is in New York with that story. Good morning, Dre.
Good morning, Mitch and Adrienne. Bishop Lamor Whitehead has pleaded not guilty. He left the federal courthouse here behind me yesterday after agreeing to pay a $500,000 bond securing his release. And the bishop says despite being indicted on multiple federal charges, he will continue to preach the gospel. Meanwhile, his defense attorney says Whitehead is being targeted.
Lamor Whitehead, the self-proclaimed hip-hop bishop from Brooklyn, leaves federal court Monday after pleading not guilty to federal fraud charges. Dressed in Fendi and fatigues, the normally outspoken Whitehead was quiet as he was approached by a reporter from our NewsNation affiliate WPIX who was there when he left the courtroom.
What will you say to your parishioners who support you?
Whitehead first gained national notoriety in July when masked gunmen robbed his church in the middle of Sunday morning service. The gunmen stole Whitehead's $1 million diamond chain along with other jewelry. Two of the gunmen were later arrested. Whitehead, who likes to brag about wearing name brand clothing, having millions in precious jewels, and driving a Rolls Royce, says he's both a bishop and a real estate mogul who doesn't need his church's offerings to fund his life of luxury.
We feel that he is being targeted and he is being turned from a victim into a villain.
But federal prosecutors tell a different story. Monday, Whitehead was arrested. A federal indictment claims he induced one of his parishioners into investing $90,000 of her retirement savings with him, but investigators say he spent the money on luxury goods. The indictment also alleges he extorted a businessman out of more than $500,000, claiming he can secure political favors from New York City Hall. Whitehead's attorney denies all claims.
Bishop Lamor Whitehead is not guilty of these charges. We are vigorously going to defend these accusations.
And Whitehead is charged with 2 counts of fraud, 1 count of extortion, and 1 count of lying to federal agents here. Now, this is not the first time he has had a run-in with the law. He actually serves 5 years in prison after a conviction on identity theft. For these most recent charges, he faces the possibility of spending up to 20 years in prison. But again, the bishop says he's innocent. Mitch, Adrienne.
All right, Dre, thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.